your move, your move.
What's up guys, it's Rogue here and welcome to another amazing deck profile on the channel. So for today I'm going to be showing you a deck that I don't think we've ever had on the channel, believe it or not. And you'd think that with the longevity this deck has had and with the amount of years I've been posting deck profiles that this wouldn't be the case, but it is. So for today I'm going to be showing you my Dragon Link version. I've just picked up the deck now. I am very new to Dragon Links. I am by no means saying this is the most impactful version of Dragon Link. I'm not saying you could take this list and win an entire event. This is a baseline that I'm hoping that some people will find value in, and it's a deck that I will be looking to hopefully improve upon in the future and give you updated deck lists with. So if you're new around here, make sure that you do subscribe and leave a like down below. Also comment, how long have you been playing Dragon Link, or are you a new person like me? You know, I've literally had the deck for about a week. I've learned more or less what all the cards do now to a fairly consistent level, and I'm thinking about taking it to my first ever event. So I'll keep you updated on how that goes, and let's get on to the deck profile. So starting off with the main deck, it's actually 40 cards right now, and that I don't know if this is something that will change, but for now it's been working fairly well. Our main normal summon right here is our Starly Seifert. I see builds always playing him, to be honest, and I think that is correct. I think 3 is really good because he gives you access to your baby Chaos Dragons, and your Chaos Dragons allow for lots of hand advantage and extension onto the board, and you can also banish him from the graveyard to add a level 8 dragon from the grave back to your hand. So that leads to interesting plays with Dragon Ravine where you can send a level 8 dragon. We have Lubellion, we have Chaos Dragon Levianeer, and we can banish this card and simply add it back to the hand. So very cool card. For another normal summon, I've actually seen some builds not playing him at all, which I think is pretty wild. We have the Black Metal Dragon. I think this is probably the best card in the deck. I'm not going to lie to you. I think playing 6 normal summons normally would not be great, because that means you can open a full hand of normal summons if you are going second. However, Black Metal Dragon allows you to play safer anyway from your hand because it gives you access to the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. And if you don't know what it does, it banishes a dragon you control, so usually your Striker Dragon, and it can special a dragon from either the grave or your hand. That way, if you open safer, it's still not too bad because you can special safer from your hand, use its effect, and you get both ways of accessing the 2 dragons. So I think Black Metal Dragon is mandatory still. I think he's probably the best card. I see some builds not play him. Again, as I said, I don't know enough about Dragon Link to educate them and say that they have to play this card, but in my experience this card has been amazing for me, and the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon has been absolutely insane. So those are my traditional normal summons. We have 6, and then obviously we get to search the Red Eyes Darkness Metal with the Black Metal Dragon. For a supporting engine, we have the Rocket Engine, so double Tracer. We have 1 Recharger. We have 1 Absol Router Dragon, and this is actually something that not a lot of builds play at the moment, but I do. We have the 1 Rocket Caliber. Now, reasoning for playing the Rocket Caliber, I see a lot of people play with Synchro cards. They use the Assault Synchron package, they use the Rev Synchron. In my opinion, if you play this card, you don't need to play any of that because this guy is also a tuner. So it also leaves you with a tuner in deck after you have Rocket Tracer out on the field. So in my opinion, you just play the 1 Rocket Caliber and it saves you having to play that whole other Synchro package. We also have the 1 Abs Router, which is our main dump off Dragon Ravine, because when you send to the grave, he searches us for a Rocket card. So usually our Tracer. And of course, the 1 Rocket Recharger to special him out the deck mostly as a level 4 non-tuner, with our Tracer, which is a level 4 tuner, making easy Borrowed Savage plays. So this is the Rocket part, monster-wise anyway. We now have the spells, which is, of course, triple of the Quick Launch, just an E-Telly from the deck, not once per turn. Special summon a Rocket, it's destroyed during the end phase. Amazing. And we have, of course, the 1 Boot Sector Launch, which is searchable off your Striker Dragon, and really helps push your plays forward because it's going to be specialing the Rocket Tracer out of your hand. You can then Rocket Tracer blow up, Sector Launch to summon your Exploded Dragon, and there you go. You got a Synchro 8, just like that. So that is it for the Rocket side of the deck. Let's now move on to the Bestial part. We have the Bestial Lubellion. I am actually only playing 2 Bestial Lubellion. I don't know if this is correct. I'd probably play 3. Problem is I don't have 3. I have 1 QCR and 1 Secret Rare. That is the only Bestials that I own of Bestial Lubellion right now. I'd probably play 3 because I think this card is extremely impactful. But 2 right now, I guess, is workable. And if you don't know what he does, you can pitch him from your hand to the graveyard to add a Bestial. And then you can special summon him by getting rid of a level 6 or higher dragon. That effect doesn't activate either, so it's really cool. And then you can place a branded continuous spell or trap from your deck face up on the field, which is really, really cool as well. So that is, you know, the Bestial Lubellion. And as I said, I probably play 3, but I only have 2 right now. For the other Bestials, we have, of course, 1 Magnamute. This is at 1, so we can only play 1, but amazing DD Crow with the ability to rotate any dragon during the end phase. Can also pick up from the graveyard. Took me way too long to realize that, but it's deck and graveyard, which is nice. I do play the 1 Baldrake because off the Hieratic Seals, this is a great card to summon because it gives you immediate disruption, which I think is fantastic. We have the 1 Sorinir. I see a lot of people playing multiple of him. To be honest, I've only had 1 in the deck as I've been testing it, and it's been fine, to be honest. I feel like with the Sorinir, if you see the Lubellion, the Sorinir is nice because you can dump the Regained and then place the Beast, and the Beast can place the Regained from the graveyard. But apart from that, I just think you don't really need more than 1. That is my opinion as of right now. And of course, we have the 1 Bestial Druisworm as well, rounding off the Bestial package. And obviously, they're all dragons and they're all great extension. Level 6 apart from the Lubellion, so it really helps with Synchro 10 plays. We have 1 Regained. Card's a custom card. It's absolutely incredible. And I actually do play the 1 Branded Beast as well. A lot of people don't play the Branded Beast because they say it's not great draw, which I agree, and it's not great going second, which I agree to as well. However, I just think the utility it provides, being able to pop during the main phase, if you control a Bestial, you tribute any dragon. It'd be cool. If you could do Druisworm, you get double value because Druisworm will trigger to send the card, and obviously the Regain gives you a free Bestial every single turn when your opponent summons. So absolutely amazing synergies right here. And obviously Bestial Regained acts as your draw engine as well. Just card does so many things. Recycles, draws you cards, and summons monsters. Really, really nice. For our Chaos Dragons, we have the 1 Chaos Dragon Lev, the 1 White Dragon Wyverbuster, and the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. Nothing needs to really be said about this. These guys are at 1, and they search each other out by banishing the opposite attribute from the graveyard. And Chaos Dragon Levineer is good for hand ripping, good for board breaking, and he's a level 8 dragon, meaning we're safer. If you dump him to the grave, banish safer, add him immediately to hand. Fantastic card. Don't really need more than 1 though. I feel like 1 is the perfect amount of him. For the hand traps, we play a decent amount of them. We start off with Triple Nib. It's a light, which is relevant for Bestials. We can pitch it off Chaos Space and add a Dark, which is, I think, fantastic off Nibiru. So it has that versatility. You can play Veiler. It also serves a similar purpose in terms of you can dump it with Chaos Space, and it's a light for Bestials, etc. But I just think Nibiru is a bit more impactful overall than the Veiler. We have triple Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is just good against a lot of decks. If you don't feel like playing Ash Blossom, I wouldn't blame you, because there is a lot of fire decks right now, and they can heat to take and go into Princess lines, which isn't great. But I still think Ash provides decent utility to the point where it's worth playing. And of course, triple Infinite Impermanence. Amazing, much better than Veiler, won't trigger Tactics or Thrust, and is amazing as just Sick the Draw, unlike Veiler as well. So really, really cool. 9 hand traps, that's really all I could find space-wise. I'm trying to keep it at 40. We play the 1 Dragon Ravine, of course, searchable through our Romulus, and it's just a free dump of a dragon, which is going to gain us advantage depending on what we dump to the grave. The 1 Chaos Space, because it's at 1. Card's fantastic. In my opinion, they shouldn't have really hit this card, to be honest. I don't think this card was much of a problem. It's only ever really used in Dragon Link, and I think this card can go back to 2 or 3. It's perfectly fine, to be honest. I think the Magnamute hit was reasonable. I think that was understandable, but the Chaos Space to 1, I just think they just wanted to kill the deck for this format. That's why I think they hit Chaos Space. We have the 1 Triple Tactics Talent. Just, again, serves as punishment for hand trapping us, or serves as useful utility when breaking boards. And then we have the 1 Call by the Grave, which is solely a punish for if they hand trap us, we can stop it. So that is the main deck. It is 40 cards. Let's now move on to the extra deck. Moving on to the extra deck now. We're going to start off with a Link 5. We have the 1 Boral End Dragon. This card is a really, really incredible card. It does so many things. It takes 3+ effects, which is fantastic because it allows you to use fewer monsters for a Link 5 summon. It cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. It cannot be targeted. It can attack all of your opponent's monsters once each as well, so it's really good for board wiping in that regard. It also has the ability to quick effect negate a monster on the field and reborn a rocket from the graveyard in the same effect, and that effect cannot be responded to by your opponent, which is fantastic. You may think that making this going first is not that great. You sort of want to make it going second to break boards. That couldn't be further from the truth. You make it going first because you can negate your own cards and get a special of a Rocket Tracer for another level 4 tuner for another synchro play. So fantastic card. You don't need more than one. One is perfectly fine. We have the 1 access code talker. This is our big boy when pushing for game. He allows us to just banish a different number of attributes of Link monsters, clear the board, and then hit for game, which is fantastic. I play for the other Link for 1 Appaloosa. Not standard in Dragon Link, but I think there are some hands which allow you to make the Appo, and I think sometimes Appo for 3 is one hell of a way to sort of stop your opponent from breaking your board and then killing them on the crackback. Link 3s, we play the 1 Triple Burst Dragon because it is generic and the arrows are really good, and it's also a dark monster. So if we get Tracer locked, which means we can only summon darks from the extra deck, we can still go into Triple Burst Dragon and still do cool Link plays as he's a dark. He also has insane arrows. The arrows are really good for Guard Dragon combos. He also has the niche effect of, during the damage step, negating a card that activates, like a Spell Trap or Monster effect, which can come up, I guess, sometimes. And then during the main phase, except the turn it was summoned, you can target Link 2 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Then you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower dragon monster from your hand. I don't think that effect is ever really going to come up, because if you make him, it's usually to link him away. But he has that effect there if needed. Link 2's SP Little Knight card's incredible. You can make this card like no one's business in this deck. It's so easy to get 2 monsters on board. It's absolutely incredible. And of course, we have the IP Masquerena to try and force the SP Little Knight during our opponent's turn, and the threat of it sometimes is a lot for them to opponent. It sort of forces them to deal with the IP immediately, because if not, you're going to be banishing a couple cards. We have the 1 Dragoonity Knight Romulus. You only ever need 1. It searches Dragon Ravine. It has the other effect that you can special a dragon from your hand if a dragon is summoned to one of the arrows it points to, which is cool, but its effects are negated, which isn't cool. We have 1 Hieratic Seals. You could arguably cut Appo and play 2 of this. This card's fantastic. The fact that it tributes for cost is really, really good. And if it gets tributed at all, including if you get nibbed, it will special a dragon from the deck, make its attack 0 and defend 0, but it won't negate its effects. So it allows you to push through a Nibiru if you get nibbed during your turn, and obviously it's great disruption. We have 1 Dark the Dark Charmer. Again, fantastic when you want to go into an SP or when you want to link climb. Incredible card. We have the 1 Striker Dragon. It's at 1, obviously. But you can recycle this card back with cards like Chaos Space, with cards like Branded Regained, so it's not too bad. He adds you Boot Sector Launch on summon, he'll add you on Link Summon, he'll add you the Boot Sector Launch, and he has the extra effect that he can target a face-up monster you control and a rocket in your grave, destroy them, and then add the rocket to your hand. So he allows Rocket Tracer to be a 1-card Borrowload Savage Negate, which is cool. We have the Guard Dragon Pisty. Pretty much the only Guard Dragon remaining these days. LP and Argopane are banned. However, Pisty is still really good. A free reborn from the graveyard or banish pile is really nice. Synchros, we play a couple. 1 Chaos Angel, again, not standard. However, you play lights and darks, so you can make a really, really beefy Chaos Angel that's really, really difficult to out. We play the 1 Bestial Dispatter. Shout out to Joel for lending me his copy for this deck profile. I appreciate it. And Dispatter's insane as well for extension plays, because he will target a banished light or dark monster and special summon it to your field. And he's also great disruption. When your opponent's monster activates effect, you can banish cards from either your banish pile or theirs, and it will do a disruption effect based on what was shuffled into whose deck. So, great card. The 1 Barone, obviously. This is, you can make level 10 Synchros. Barone's usually the best shout you can do. Just say Omni Negate and a pop during your turn. The Omni Negate is whenever. And of course, to round it off, the 1 Borrowload Savage Dragon. And it's cool because he's sort of in theme with the rockets as well. He gains a bunch of attack if you equip a high link material monster to him, and he'll be Omni Negates And he'll have the amount of Omni Negates he has is based on the link material. So if you attach link 1, he has the 1 Omni Negate. If you attach a link 3, he'll have 3 Omni Negates, but they're still once per turn. But in that case, he'd be like a better Barone. So that is it for the extra deck. Let's now move on to the side deck. Moving on now finally to the side deck. This is usually up to preference, but I'll be showing you what I built so far. For synchros, we have the 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. We make him specifically for time scenarios, so in time you can make him blow up a couple monsters and burn your opponent, and that's enough to win you the game in time. I still play, because I think this card's great this format, the triple Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. He's also searchable off Magnamute, so end phase you can search him out, and then you have extra disruption during opponent's turn. You can use more draws and targeting protection, but I think against Fire King Snake Eyes, they are going to be link summoning a lot, so Fantastical Dragon is a way of not only getting a body on board, but drawing cards and giving you targeting protection. Spell and trap removal, we play the double Cosmic 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. I feel like this is a good 3 cards to play. Cosmic outs cards that you sort of maybe don't want to destroy because they can be recycled, and Harpy's Feather Dusters easily can go 2 or 3 for 1, which is fantastic. For the power spells, we have the triple Tactics Thrust. Thrusting for a Chaos Space is fantastic. That's why I play it. Also, you can thrust into more of your side deck cards, like the Harpies or trap cards that I'll be showing you now. Really, really cool card. We also have the triple Evenly Matched. So again, helps equalize board states and forces interaction. If not, your opponent's going to have their board wiped. We have, it should be triple Eradicator. One of them is a proxy. It used to be anti-spell, but I think triple Eradicator Epidemic Virus would just be better. This contribute any bestial, and then you can sort of look at your opponent's hand, call a spell or trap, usually spells, because that's pretty good going when your opponent's usually siding into power spells. You call spell and you nuke them all out of the opponent's hand. Or if you don't want to play virus, you can play anti-spell like I used to be playing. But I think the virus is better. I just only have 2 copies of it right now at my disposal. But that is the end of the Dragon Link deck, guys. As I said in the beginning, I am not an expert in Dragon Link yet. So these ratios may seem weird, especially the double Lubellion. I think Lubellion is a card I can see going up to 3 quite quickly, and maybe adding more Bestials, maybe another Druid Worm and Sorania. But the deck's been performing relatively well in testing, and I was just excited to show you guys this deck profile. So if you do love dragons, make sure you leave a like and comment. And if you enjoyed this video in general, make sure you subscribe and stick around. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.
It's time!